Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Sports Test Live here on YouTube. I am your guy one more time, one third of your sportsologist, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr., merely a moderator to contribute to the hometown Jacksonville Jaguars. And welcome back to yet another episode, week 15 of the weekly Jacksonville Jaguars matchup show featuring Mr. Move Them Chains, Rashad Robinson. Jacksonville, what's happening?
What's up, y'all? And I'm Mr. Move Them Chains. It's been rough. If you're a Jaguar fan, man, it's been rough the last couple of weeks. But we go figure this thing out this time, D. We go try to figure this thing out, figure out how in the world we can get a win versus the number one seed Baltimore Ravens coming in here Sunday night football. I ain't been on Sunday night football in 14 years. I've been out of school for 16 years.
Long time. Long time. Long time for sure.
We go figure out how we fare this week, man. But yeah, it's been rough, y'all. It's been rough.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So if you are here for the first time on the Sports Test Live, you like what you hear, you like what you're seeing, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate anybody taking the time to check us out. We're an upstart sports brand here on YouTube. But we do have previous content. I have the link in the description box where you could check out over 230, 50 plus episodes of the Sports Desk in the podcast version. All right. But again, thank you for the support. Spread the word. And thank y'all for rocking with us today. All right, Rashad, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Where we want to start today?
Recapping the Browns game last week, y'all. That was a tough thing to watch, man. Bunch of miscues. Even with the miscues, it still scored close to 30. It's been that way the last 2 weeks, 31 and 27. And the offense still doesn't look right, man. The entire year, something's been missing. I can't put my finger on it. We've been talking about communication issues. You got Trevor saying there are communication issues. You got the offensive coordinator saying the receivers are running the right routes. So I don't know what's going on down there. I have no clue what the problem is, but we know that there is a problem. The defense has regressed. The past 2 weeks, we played two backups. We played a backup quarterback, and we played a guy who was dropping his kids off to school 4 weeks ago. And he comes in and he beats us, even though we're on the road. But this dude hadn't played football in well over a year.
Yeah.
Just getting to the team. He said he barely knows the guys on the team names.
Yeah.
But he knew their names enough to beat Jacksonville last week.
Of course he did.
So we can't run the ball. We having miscommunications in week 14 of the NFL season. Something you expect to happen in week 2, maybe week 3. I'll give you week 4. But 14, we should not be having miscommunications. That shouldn't happen on offense and defense. There were three wide open touchdowns last week, D. 3, where nobody was within 20 yards of the person with the ball. It happened 3 separate times.
Yeah.
So you're having miscommunication on offense. You're having miscommunication on defense. I don't know what is going on with this football team right now. But they have went from 8-5 and a win away from being the number one seed to looking as if they're going to be fighting for a playoff berth.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, this is what happened. So they lost. I didn't think they would lose. I thought they would squeak out a win. That is the number one defense in the league. And even with the turnovers, they still were able to move the ball when they needed to. A couple of mistakes, like any other NFL game, and they lose. End up losing your left guard your left tackle that was your left guard. So that was your fourth tackle combination of the year on the left side. And it showed. Trevor was hurt. He did his best. Zay Jones dropping balls. It just was bad, y'all. It was bad to watch, and they lost the game, and now we got to figure out how we can move on and win a football game. Just win a game.
I'm very concerned. The Jaguars never had it together last week. The final score of the game would indicate that they were in striking, distance of stealing this game from Cleveland. I never felt one time during the game that the Jaguars were going to be in a position to come back and win this football game. Trevor threw the ball 50 times. NTN had 30-something yards rushing. We can't move nothing. We're banged up. No excuses, just telling the facts. We're banged up. We're injured. The offense looked sluggish. The miscommunication to me is it's despicable that we're even using the verbiage miscommunication.
Yeah.
This goes, in my opinion, my mind and everything goes straight to Douglas Peterson. Him. Because the players play absolutely, but the head football coach is responsible for the environment, for the energy, for the mood, everything to instill into everybody in the Jaguars building when it's game day. I was hoping for some heroic efforts of heroic energy from the Jaguars based on Trevor being out there due to the previous week's ankle injury. That wasn't nothing. You got these boys from the Cleveland Browns, although number one defense overall in the league, them boys was flying around free. And the most egregious of them all was Joseph Peter Flacco. This man was 26 for 45, 311, 3 tubs, 1 pick, and a QBR of 92.1. And Rashad said it eloquently. He was dropping off his kids to school less than 2 weeks ago. But he comes out, and now he's a front runner from the MVP, beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course. Last week you had Jake Browning, who was in the top 3 of the MVP conversation, courtesy of beating the Jaguars.
Yep.
Here's the problem. Now you got a real MVP, and he's here. And I'm scared to death. Let's move it along. Let's move it along, man. Let's get to it, Rashad. This week, Jaguars, Ravens, Week 15, Sunday Night Football. This game we felt was going to be important for other reasons 2 weeks ago, but now it's important for other reasons 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man. Key matchup on offense. Listen, they lead the league in sacks, but they got a dude, Justin Matabuke. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name.
Mm-hmm.
He has 11 sacks from the defensive tackle position. I'm sure that leads the NFL.
Very scary.
And the worst part of the Jaguars team is the center and guard position. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. We seen what the 49ers did to them boys.
Yes,
we
sir.
seen that a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
how they was just in the backfield the entire game. Now you got a guy who's leading the league in sacks from the defensive tackle position. And he's coming into Jacksonville. And he's probably going to wreak havoc. I don't know if they're going to have double team on each play. But just with him alone, for the 2 outside guys and the entire team, they're leading the league in sacks. With your quarterback with a high ankle sprain. And your running back that has a rib injury. I'm looking at how in the world, the only thing that we can exploit about this team, they're top 5 in defense in every category, except the run. They're just decent in the run. But we can't run the ball anymore. At least inside we can't. Because our guards have been terrible the entire year. We got the weakest center in the NFL. And he's 26 years old, so he's not going to get any stronger. That's over with. His grown man strength is already there. He had his grown man strength when he was at when he was in Kentucky.
Good Lord.
So now we just have to deal with this. And now you got this guy who's coming in this game, and he's been dominating. Now I watched the Ravens the last 4 weeks. They haven't been that impressive, honestly. They haven't. but they're winning. And winning is an attitude. They have not lost. They've won 7 of the last 8 games. Regardless of what, this is the NFL. There's no JV teams in the league. They're figuring out ways to win these games, and the Jaguars have been figuring out how to lose these games the last 2 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
That's one of the things you're going to have to deal with.
I'm scared.
Man. Yeah, man. It could get ugly.
So I'm going to keep it real. All right. This is a game where a lot of hoping and a lot of wishing going to have to come into play. Because when you look at this on paper and you look at everything that surrounds itself about this game, the X's and O's, it looks heavily in favor of the Baltimore Ravens. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, my God, what can we do to protect Trevor Lawrence? I don't know how much more healthy he is compared to last Sunday. I would like to think he came out unscathed last Sunday, and he's been able to heal a little bit. Trevor's going to have to be mobile, y'all.
Yeah.
If Trevor can't move around, I'm talking about he just needs to move around a little bit. He cannot be pedestrian back there. Now, it showed me adrenaline had to be running for him because in the fourth quarter, he said, you know what? I'm out of here. And he just started moving around. But you can tell the burst wasn't there. Well, it better be there this Sunday.
Yeah.
It has to be there this Sunday. This Ravens defense, and it's going to be a big game time decision currently right now. Kyle Hamilton is a game time decision. Star safety of the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be critical if he is on or off the field. Because if he is not on the field, I might go to sleep a little bit easier because he is the Hawkeye of that defense. And this is the thing about Mr. Hamilton. He can do it all.
Yep.
He will have a beeline on Trevor, whether he's throwing or if he's running.
Yep.
If he's throwing, if he's running. So I'm concerned about can Trevor be mobile to offset this Ravens defense attack? Because you can score on them. You can score on the Ravens.
Yes.
You can score. You have the pieces in play. Now, will Zay Jones play? I don't know.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's playing? So you got to have Zay out there. Can Ridley be on the same page with Trevor? What was that last week? What was that?
D, if you don't have that, you probably go in and win the game because you get the ball, you get the ball, you score right before halftime like that, and I think it's a different game in the second half.
Yes, of course.
They I think they only scored one time in the second half.
Of course it is. The misread from Ridley to Lawrence had to get out and to shoot. I mean, Ridley wasn't even looking.
No.
Really wasn't looking. Now, Trevor ain't trying to point no fingers. Trevor, he was the bigger man and stuff in the press conference, but you saw him on the field, bro. Turn around. Get your eyes on me.
Yeah.
Get everybody. If you're doing something where you got to move your head around, you need to be. I digress.
It is what it is.
Trevor Lawrence needs to be mobile, and Dougie P's going to have to move him around because I don't know if Trevor Etienne can run the football.
Yep.
He seems to me that he has hit a wall.
Yep.
That's what it seems to me. I'm concerned.
Yeah. So, listen. I don't know how we can do this, y'all, but we gonna figure this thing out together on the sports desk. The key matchup on defense is to figure out a way to put a 12th man on the field. Now, I don't know if we can make this man invisible, if we can disturb the referee some kind of way to
do something
to get this 12th man on the field.
Yeah.
But the problem that I have in this game, the only thing I'm wrestling with is their offense is predicated on the run, and there's only been one team that has ran the ball on the Jaguars. And that was the Cincinnati Bengals, the last time we was in the bank. The rest of the time, and even though they rushed for 150 yards, we are still number 4 in rushing in the NFL. You cannot run on the Jaguars. And they're beat up in the middle. Foley
Yeah.
Fatukasi has been missing games.
Yep.
Devon Hamilton is not the same Devon Hamilton as he once was. He had a staph infection, and he has not come back with any strength. He's been getting pushed around the entire time. They just been playing him, trying to figure out if they can get him in football shape.
Yep.
But even with that, we still have been able to stop the run. And that's what their offense is predicated on. But this is different.
This is different.
This is you get them, you win first down, which is definitely one of the things you have to do, so that you can force Lamar to throw the ball. And it's 3rd and 9, and he gains 40 himself.
Yeah, by himself.
By himself. You have to play zone, because if you play man and you have your back turned to this man, he's going to be running past you to the end zone.
Yeah, he gone.
So there's only a certain way that you can play them in certain situations, because Lamar is the X factor. But my only thing is, if the Jaguars play run defense the way they play it, and they force Lamar to actually have to throw the ball over 30 times in this game, 35, 40 times in this game, then that's the only way that you can win this game. If they run, it's over. But their strength is your strength. So whose strength is going to win in this game? Eye discipline. Gotta be big on eye discipline in this game, because he's a magician. He's a magician with the ball in his hands. Like, you think that he's handed it off? No. I still got it. Now I got Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers streaking down the field by themselves because you think that I handed the ball off. Eye discipline. You got to read your keys. You got to take away the middle of the field. Listen, we thought that when they lost their tight end, that was going to hamper the offense. Only a little bit. Isaiah Likely has came in and played just as well as the starter.
They got another one.
Just as well. So you got to be able to take away the middle of the field. And Andre Cisco is out in this game. That just came across my phone right before the show. So Cisco's not going to be playing. You're probably going to play Antonio Johnson, a rookie, at free safety when he's really a strong safety. So you're going to have 2 strong safeties in the game. Thank God they really don't have burners like that on the outside. But they're going to have to man the middle of this field and take away what Lamar Jackson likes to do. It's going to be a tall task.
Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP Sunday.
Yikes.
Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP. I'm just going to be real. I'm not going to sit here and play with myself. The Jaguars are hurt, and they hurt at the wrong time. Cisco is a big part of this defense. He anchors the backside of that defense. He's a major voice in the locker room. I believe he's a captain, a team captain on defense. He ain't out there. And usually your middle linebacker and one of your safeties have to be assigned to agent number 8 at all times.
Yep.
Here's the only hope that I see for the Jaguars on the defensive side of the ball. Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker have to absolutely lose their minds.
Yep.
They have to push the Raven offensive line into the backfield and get in Lamar's way, create opportunities where his passing lanes can be cut off, and he has to instinctually say, all right, how am I going to get out of here? And by that time, he realizes that he could be sacked.
Yeah.
This Jaguars defense has been disappointing for the past 3 weeks, man.
Yep.
Plus, they're banged up, man.
Yep.
The recipe for disaster is right in front of us. You're home again in the bank. Another primetime opportunity. No excuses to be made for this defense. If you're out there on the field, buckle up, play as sound as you possibly can. Lamar's going to make plays, but can you prevent him from absolutely exploding on you?
Yeah.
And on Monday morning, Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, Stephen A., Shannon Sharp, Cameron, and Mace sit up and tell us that Lamar Jackson won the MVP. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Overall fair for the game. Listen, D. The Jaguars have one chance in this game. The Baltimore Ravens want to make this a war. The only way the Jaguars can win this game is that they make it a race. If the Jaguars make this a race, they will win. If they keep it at a war like the Baltimore Ravens want to, there's no chance. You cannot get in a war with this team.
You can't fight these
We're
boys,
not tough enough. We're not big enough. We're not healthy enough.
Can't fight these
to
boys.
Get into a war with this team. If we make it a race, I am telling you that Jacksonville has the athletes on both sides of the ball to outrace the Baltimore Ravens. Can't outwarm them. Can't. Don't have the men for that. But a race? Oh, yeah. We can outrace them. We're a faster team than them on both sides of the ball. Minus Lamar Jackson, we're a faster team than them. At receiver, at linebacker. It's a very athletic team. We're still 8-5, and we're in first place in this division. And we have won big games before against explosive offenses, a la the Buffalo Bills that we shut down into the fourth quarter. This defense has the potential to be that.
Yeah.
But the problem is we haven't played well lately. We haven't played well at home. If we lose this game, the maximum amount of wins that we can have in Everbank Stadium, is 3. 3 games. All these big games that we talked about in the beginning of the season that we felt like was going to be in favor of Jacksonville because we played at home, we've lost them all. This is the last opportunity that you have to be able to win a game in front of your hometown crowd. Defense got to get turnovers, period. You got to turn them over. We're still leading the league in turnovers, D. Still, right now. Jacksonville Jaguars lead the NFL in turnovers. I'm trying to give us some hope.
I feel you.
This game can be won. It is not all doom and gloom. If you play to your potential, you can win the game. You can't get frustrated when Lamar makes plays because he's Lamar Jackson. Don't get frustrated. Let him cook. He's going to cook a little bit.
It's going to happen.
But if you play your brand of ball, you can win this game. Got to protect the ball. Listen, it's supposed to be raining all weekend. It's not going to rain during the game. Hopefully the field is in very good condition where the ball's not just slick because it's raining all day. I'm pretty sure they're going to cover it up.
It's covered right now.
You got to protect the ball. You got to protect the ball, and you got to create turnovers. That's the way that Jacksonville can win this game. But I can tell you this. If they run the ball, if Baltimore runs the ball, you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
If you have the miscommunications on offense and defense, you don't have a chance. But like I said in the beginning of this show, I've watched the Baltimore Ravens for the last month. I watched them struggle against a team that gave up 63 points last night. They struggled. They shouldn't have won that game. They should not have beat the LA Chargers, but they did. I've watched them struggle last week against a team that has 6 wins. This is not some team that's just, they're not the 49ers. Let's not confuse them with that. But the only reason why me and D feel this way is because the Jaguars have not been playing well. If the Jaguars were playing well, we would not be having this conversation. Sure. But they haven't, so we're here.
We are. Trevor Lawrence. One more time, man. You got a guy coming in here. He ain't worried about none of this, bro. Ain't gonna get off the plane. He ain't gonna get off the bus. He gonna go to his hotel. He got his feet kicked up. He watching tape on the iPad. He on the phone talking to the people. Room service coming through. This a pit stop for 8. Because he done made it known what the goals is for the Ravens. You just got to come through Jacksonville, and we got to go on to the next game just to get this win. But I don't think that's the same thing for T-Law, man. T-Law got to look back at one of these boys, man. When you had the opportunity to look back at Patrick Mahomes, we lost. When you had the chance to look back at Jake Browning, we lost. When you looked at Joe Peter Flacco last week, we lost. When Brock Purdy came down here for a pit stop, we lost. I'm tired of saying we lost.
Yep.
This is another spotlight. And you want to know how I know that the nation is ready to do away with the Jaguars? I've seen zero coverage of this game this week.
Nope. None.
I ain't seen Ryan Clark talk about it.
Nope.
I ain't seen Colin Cowherd speak on it. And he's a Trevor Lawrence fan.
Yep.
I haven't seen Skip Bayless, Stephen A., Shannon Sharp. I ain't seen no one say, by the way, folks, your marquee game Sunday night is down in Jacksonville.
Yep.
And you want to know why they saying that, man? Because we lost.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence, it's time to answer the bell, man. I've seen countless times generational talents like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers take a bunch of guys and say, come on, all y'all come with me. Yep. And with my IQ and my arms and my legs, we are going to win this game by hook or by God crook. We're going to win this game. Y'all come with me. This is what I'm hoping to see from Trevor Lawrence this Sunday. Because Lamar Jackson, he's going to be on the other side of the sideline with his shades in his back pocket at nighttime, sitting on the bench, acting like this is just another day at the office. Well, Trevor, this ain't another day at the office for you, man.
Yep.
My overall feel for the game is, can Trevor Lawrence rise above? Can the injuries, his injury, the play calling, the miscommunication, all of the rubble that's being talked about down here, can he rise above that and just go play one of them games?
Yep.
And one of them games is 35 for 38, 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And we all wake up Monday morning saying, by God, that boy was special last night. That's what I feel it's going to take to beat these Ravens.
But D, if you remember last year, that stat line that you gave, that was Trevor's stat line last year against the Ravens.
That's why I said it.
That was his stat line against the Ravens. That's forget, why I said it. We beat this team last year with this team, and they just got Odell Beckham and Zay Jones. They got the same team
in the
here again.
Yeah, I know.
And there's a revenge factor for them boys, but there should be a confidence level in this team knowing we can beat them. We just played them.
Yeah, we beat them.
Just last year around this time when you turned around your season. So there should be a level of confidence going into this game that we don't care what their record is. We can beat this team. We've shown that we can beat this team.
Yep.
Coaching advantage. Listen, there's not many coaches in the league. I have told y'all that I will pick over Douglas Peterson. But this is one of them. John Harbaugh. Come to the stage, sir. You're one of the ones that I will pick over Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
There's a longevity factor that's here. There's a consistency factor that's here. I don't know how many times that he's missed the playoffs, but I'm sure it's not many. I'm sure it's not over 3 times that they missed the playoff. Missed? Nah.
Yeah.
Missed? He's been there for what? About 15 years, D? Probably?
Close to 20.
And he makes it to the playoffs damn near every season. He's got a top 10 defense damn near every season. He's one of the guys that is consistent, that gets his guys to play football on a year-to-year basis. And he's been that way for years and years. I would take him over Doug Peterson. But I hope that some kind of way Doug sees this and he say, I'm going to show y'all something about me. Because I haven't seen that this year. I have not seen Doug Peterson get in his bag with his glasses on the brim of his nose, and he's looking at that playbook and he's cooking. I haven't seen it one time this year. I seen it plenty of times down the stretch of the season last year where I was like, oh, Doug in his bag. It's nothing you can do about that. So you have the potential of that happening. I haven't seen it this year. I haven't seen consistency with the offense all year. I haven't seen Doug in his bag. I have not seen consistency with my quarterback all year. I haven't seen it. So yeah, John Harbaugh, all day.
John Harbaugh, all day. Doug Peterson is one of the coaches around the league. When you say his name, he gets respect. Oh yeah, Doug Peterson for sure. Yeah. Everybody got a lot of likable things to say about Doug, rightfully so. But there's another group of coaches in the league. When you say their names, the halls get a little bit shorter. The length from one office to the next gets a little bit shorter. And that's because there's not many people who can stand around in that hallway. Kind of like when you was in high school. If you was a freshman or a sophomore or a junior, you couldn't go to that certain spot down there where the scenes were hanging at because you just wasn't there yet. There's a hallway in the NFL of certain coaches who have spots set up. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, and John Harbaugh. These guys have done it and done it again and again and again with different quarterbacks, different coaching staffs, different pieces and players. They just win games, man.
Yep.
And whether you want them to be in the playoffs or you want to see them, it don't matter what you want. They're there. And I can't say that Doug Peterson has put himself in that rarefied air. So I will not disrespect John Harbaugh. I'm with Rashad. I hope Doug Peterson say, you know what, man? Give me my play sheet. Give me all my plays. Stack them up in my hand. Somebody go get my glasses.
Yep.
And stay the hell away from me.
Yep.
When we got the football. That's what I hope he does.
Yep.
That's what I hope he does. But until I see it, I'm going to always go John over Doug. No disrespect.
Yep. 31-20 Ravens. What do you want me to do? You haven't shown me all year long that you will bow up and win a football game against a team that you should win it against. When you show me that you can do that, I will pick you against teams that I feel like you should be stacked up against. Do I feel like the Ravens are 11 points at home better than the Jacksonville Jaguars? No, I do not. But at this juncture, they may just be. And the reason for that is because we're not playing our best brand of ball at all. And we haven't been. We haven't figured out a way to run the ball. We haven't figured out a way to effectively pass the ball. We are not pass blocking well at all. We are not run blocking well at all. We have been willing ourselves with Trevor Lawrence to be able to win these games. Our coaching has been inconsistent on offense and defense. So prove me wrong, Jacksonville. I want to have me a good time in the bank on Sunday. D's gonna be there too.
Yes, I am.
I'm sure he wants to have a good time in the bank on Sunday.
I do.
It would be nice to close out, even though we have Carolina in our last game. It'd be nice to close out the big game of the regular season with a win against a formidable team, the number one seed in the AFC. That would be nice. I just don't see it. I don't see it with the injuries. I don't see it with the way that the Ravens have been able to figure out how to win games. I don't see it. This game could get ugly. It could be close. I don't think it will be. 31-20, Baltimore Ravens.
I laughed because my boy didn't even set me up. He didn't set none of us up. He just got to it. That's the first time he did that all year. I think.
I'm pretty sure.
I ain't picked against the Jags all year. I haven't picked against them. Every single game that we've set up here for 15 weeks, I have not picked against them. But I'm picking against them this week. I'm not confident anywhere. My mind is hopeful. My heart is filled with glee. Happy holidays, everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm very hopeful and envisioning plays in my head. Will I see Trevor roll out and duck somebody? Resets and Jerome Calvin Ridley. Oh my God, the Jaguars. Is that realistic of me? No. The proof is in the pudding, and we've been watching it for 3 weeks now.
Yep.
The Ravens are going to win this game, y'all. 38-31. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens take advantage of knowing how to win football games against the Jaguars. My number one critique of the Jags this year, outside of that Buffalo Bills game where we were so impressed that they said in the second half, you can't win today.
Yep.
I haven't seen it since.
Yep.
I'm talking about shutting down the team for everything that they love to do.
Yep.
Now you have a MVP that can come down here and be in rare form. I believe that he will be. OBJ looks a little bit more alive. Zay Flowers looks a little bit more alive. They're running the football. Lamar's moving around. Offensively, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can. Ravens 38. Jaguars 31. We will be sitting at 8-6. And by God, the conversations that's going to be happening because of that, I don't know if I'm going to have the patience to sit down and hear about it. But it is what it is. And I can speak for Rashad. I'm quite certainly about this. I want to come on next week's show and ask for forgiveness.
Yep.
I want to come on next week's show and ask for my fandom back for my hometown team.
Yep.
I want to be ridiculed. I want to be dogged out and talked trashed about that we set up on our own show and cook them boys.
Yep.
And sound like we had no hope. I want that to happen next week. Just so I can come in here and say, Duval.
Yep.
I can't even muster up the energy.
Yep.
I'm picking the Ravens, y'all. I'll be in the stands. Rashad will be in the stands. You guys will be in the stands. Hopefully me and Rashad are wrong. Hopefully we're wrong. All right, y'all. Let's win some cash with the sports desk. And oddly, the line has moved. I don't know why, but overnight, the line has shifted. So this game was at -3, Ravens coming in, being the favorite. According to MGM Grand, currently right now, we're recording at Friday at 5:30 p.m. The line has shifted down to 2.5. 1 point. Virtually a pick'em game. I don't know if there's an injury in Baltimore. I don't know if something has gone. Maybe Kyle Hamilton will be officially out. There's something that has caused this to now turn from a Ravens 3-point spread to now, according to MGM Grand, I know there's different sites out there, but this is the one that we rock with on Yahoo Sports, 2.5 pick'em for the Baltimore Ravens and Jaguars. So me and Rashad clearly don't see that.
No.
We basically told you to put your money on the Baltimore Ravens for this game. Total points, man, 42.5. I have it going over, and then by your score, you do as well.
I'm always wrong.
I think you're gonna be right this week. I think you're gonna be right. I do foresee a lot of points being scored in this game. Now, like Rashad said, the weather here in the city is going to be gloomy and raining. Saturday's supposed to be an absolute wash. Sunday was supposed to have some more rain, but forecasters say around 4 o'clock things will start to clear out. But it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold, so that means the field will hold its saturation, whatever can get underneath that tarp. Hopefully, they have it locked down enough where the field can be dry as possible, and we don't have any type of slip and slide situations out there.
Right.
And last but not least, the money line: Jacksonville Jaguars at +140, Baltimore Ravens -165. So listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm putting money on the Jaguars money line +140. Yes. I'm telling you, that's what I'm gonna do.
And guess what, D? I
What's that?
just picked them to lose by 11, and I'm finna take me some money and put it on the Jaguars because of that plus 140. You got to.
Got
I mean, I'm
to.
sorry. You
Got
got to
to.
do it.
You got to. You
And you
got to,
got some
man.
disposable income, like just say, man, but all right, what's the
Hey, you
worst
got
that can
20.
happen?
You got $20, $30.
Yeah,
Go,
man, shoot.
go to put
Turn
on
it
the
to
Jaguars.
100.
Get you about 100 back.
Yeah, man, like for real. So yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So that's what I'm doing. So if you win some money, listening to this show, watching the show, hearing us talk about the odds on favorites and odds on money line and all that stuff like that, let us know. Hit us below in the comments. Hit us up on email, all the description. It's all in the description, man. So Sunday Night Football, down in the bank. Jacksonville Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens, Tarico and Collinsworth calling the game. Only game on TV. We're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens, man. Rashad, any final things before we get out of here, man?
I just want to win a game at home against a formidable opponent before the playoffs start. I want the players to have the confidence that whatever has been going on this year at home, when we get here against teams that are top tier teams in the league, start this week, because at some point we have got to start playing a good brand of ball at home, or it's not going to matter. We'll be gone in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So this week, let's start playing well at home. I don't know what the problem has been, but this will be a great time to start playing well at home, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm with you, man. I'm going to be decked out. I haven't been to a game since the Chiefs game.
Oh, Chiefs game, yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah, I was there. I was in there. Yeah. So I'm going to be at the Baltimore Ravens game. And the last few times I've been to the bank, the crowd, the energy, it wasn't nothing that an opposing team should be afraid of. And Jacksonville, this is to you, dear Jacksonville. I know it's rough times right now. I know the Jaguars are hobbled and moving around and on a back-to-back losing streak. I'm asking for you guys to show some pride this Sunday night.
Yep.
Have some pride in the city. Have some pride in your team. Come out, show up, get all bundled up because you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Put on your scullies, put on your hoodies, your jackets. Come on out. And let's support this team despite everything, because that's what we need to do. When the New England Patriots, their game still sold out. Yep. And they 2-12.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers still sold out. And they can't find a quarterback.
Yep.
Go around the league, man, and just the Chicago Bears still sold out games.
Yep.
Why can't we be the same? We got a good team here. We got a top 10 quarterback, potential top 5, potential future face of the league right here in this city. Let's show up Sunday night, y'all. That's all I'm saying. That's my final remarks on today's show. Show up, support the Jags this coming Sunday night. Baltimore Ravens, Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see what happens. See what happens. All right, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Drop some comments below. Let us know what you think about the show. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We want to read it all. Email us if you want to put someone off to the side and you want us to read it and don't want you don't want to put a name with your comment online. That's fine. We have an email address. Shoot us an email and we could definitely read it here on the Sports Desk Live. So keep rocking with us, man. We'll be back next week for week 16 as the Jacksonville Jaguars head to Tampa to take on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks on Christmas Eve. Now, that's going to be a later kick, 4:05 on CBS. 4:05 on CBS next Sunday, which is Christmas Eve. But me and Rashad will be back to break down that game and talk about the outcome of this week's game against the Baltimore Ravens. Subscribe if you have not. All right, hit that thumbs up. Continue to show love, and we will see y'all next week when we get ready to cover Jags at Bucks.
Yes, sir. Not a confident one, but it's all good.
See y'all next week.